Do you get that tight, achy feeling in the hip flexors after a run? Well, they aren't just tight, they're also weak, unfortunately. Because of our lifestyles, because we do a lot of sitting on the couch, a lot of sitting at work, a lot of sitting to drive, they get shortened, they get weak, and they don't get used enough. So when we go for a run, they start to cause us a bit of achiness and they get a bit tight and tender. So this practice is going to help strengthen your hip flexors. So we're going to start standing. What we're going to do is we're going to work through 5 different exercises that are going to really create some good strength in those hip flexors. The first one is nice and simple. We're going to stand into the left foot with a slightly bent knee, and we're going to bring the right knee up to about hip height, and we're just going to rest and hold that there. We're not going to rest, actually. We're going to squeeze and hold that there. And we're going to do it for 30 seconds. I'm going to get the timer. So if you get ready to stand into your left leg with the knee up, and we're going to try and bring the knee above hip height if we can. I'm going to squeeze and hold for 30 seconds. We're straight into this hip flexor strengthening workout. So up nice and tall, engaging the abs a little bit, keeping that nice length from the heel all the way through to the neck. Keep breathing. When you feel this knee sinking down, you just squeeze back up. So don't let it drop too low. We've got 3 more seconds left on this side. How's it feeling? And then slowly release. Ooh, a little bit of a bend, a little bit of a wake up for that side for me. So we're going to stand into the opposite side, so into the foot. Going to bring that other leg up. Bring the knee up to hip height, squeeze, and then hold. We're going to go, we're off for 30 seconds. Get nice and tall, keep that good alignment from the heel all the way to the back of the neck, engaging those abs. When you feel this knee sinking down, you squeeze it back up. Oh, a little bit of a wobble because I was not concentrating. That's good for the foot, so you're getting that single leg balance as well, which is good for the arch of the foot, the big toe as well, and the brain. And release, good work. Have a little bit of a shake. We're going to go back through that on each side one more time, so we're going to go back into that left foot. The right knee comes up. I'm going to stand nice and tall, and off we go on that right side again. Really squeezing up. Trying not to lean back as we fatigue. We want to lean back for the abs to do more work. We want to stay up nice and tall. Really pushing down through that big toe on the left foot, really creating that good connection, strength. 3 more seconds. And time, well done, give it a little shake after the end of that. How are these feeling? Is this feeling quite intense? If you need to at any point, you just need to bring it down, have a little shake and come back up, that's absolutely fine. We're going to go straight back into the other side, one more time on this side. So we're going to go driving that left knee up, squeezing, holding, and we're off. Let's go. 30 seconds. Again, just looking forwards, nice and tall, not overly tense. A little bit of movement in the foot, which is good. Strengthening the foot muscles. Okay, just keep breathing, keep those shoulders relaxed. 5 more seconds. And time, all done. Good work. How are they feeling after 2 sets of that? So we're going to go 2 sets on a pulse in that now. So we're going to do exactly the same position, exactly the same thing, pretty much, but with a little pulse of the knee. So as we're coming up, what we're going to do is pulsing that knee maybe 5 to 10 centimetres, just constantly pulsing it. So again, the squeeze is coming from those hip flexors, and we're trying not to lean back. Okay, so nice and tall, squeeze is coming from the hip flexors. I'm going to go 30 seconds on each side. Okay, so let's get into that position, bring that right knee up. Squeeze, and let's pulse for 30. Let's go. Again, your hands can just stay wherever they want to. Up nice and tall, nice and strong through that left foot. Squeezing that knee up and down. 5 to 10 centimetres. You can already feel a good bend. It's working, strengthening. It's hip flexors. 10 seconds. So keep breathing. Try not to lean back. Almost there, and time. That's a good one. That's a good burner. Shake them out. Okay, and then we're going to go to the other side of that. Exactly the same thing. So bringing that left knee up now, or the right if you did the other side. And then we're going to go Pulse, ready, let's go. Pulsing for 30 seconds. The good thing about working on strengthening the hip flexors is that we are going to get more strength in our hip flexion, which is this movement. So when we're driving our knee forward in our running, we're going to get more strength, which is going to keep us in flight phase more. As we're running and we're in flight phase, as the knee comes through and we leave the floor with the back foot, we're nearly there, 5 seconds. We're going to get more height on the knee. And time, well done. We're going to get more height on the knee, which means we're going to be in flight phase for longer. So we're getting, basically, we're going to be flying more. When we're in flight phase, that's when we're running. That's when we're actually moving forward. So if we can stay in flight phase for longer, we're going to be moving forwards for longer. So it's going to actually increase your stride length by improving the strength of your hip flexors. Okay, so back onto the other side, one more set. Knee up, and let's go. Pulsing, 30 seconds again. We're off, let's go. If at any point you need to have a little break, just have a little break, have a little shake, breathe. This area can get very weak. If it is weak, again, that's a good sign of you need to come back and do this one quite a bit, quite regularly. 3 times a week, with a day in between, really. To strengthen, nearly there. 3, 2, 1, and release. Oh, it's starting to burn now. Good work. How are yours feeling? Going to go on to the other side. So you ready? Bring that knee up and let's go. We're off, pulsing. Again, ooh, mind wanders. And you get a little wobble. That's the balance element coming in, which is good again. Keep that nice alignment. Try not to lean back. Keep pulsing and breathing. Got 10 seconds. Work. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, and release. Woo. Really good burn. Got 3 exercises left. Okay, so this next one is, we're going to get some upper body in this one as well. So we're going to get some shoulders and we're going to get some core. So we're going to get some good torso strength as well as upper body. On this one, what we're going to do is we're going to hold into a press at plank position. We're going to do 30 seconds again. We're going to hold into a press at plank position. Hands underneath the shoulders, and then we're going to drive that. So we're going to go right side. We're going to drive the right knee to the right elbow and bringing that right foot up off the floor. I'm going to squeeze. So again, what I'm focusing on is that squeeze coming from the hips. The abs are going to work, shoulders are going to work, other legs are going to work a little bit, but really focusing on that squeeze as I drive that knee up, squeeze from that hip flexor area here. Okay, so we're going to get into that press at plank position. Hands underneath the shoulders, and we're going to drive that knee up, and we're going to, now let's go, squeeze and hold. Just bring that knee as close to that elbow as you can, holding it there, keep squeezing, again you can feel the work in the abs and the shoulders. Just make sure you're breathing, really driving that knee as close to the elbow as you can. It's going to be intense, take a break if you need to at any point and come back in. Sit nearly there, and release. Good work. Well done. Okay, we're going to go straight onto the other side. So back into that press-up position. We're going to drive the left knee to the left wrist, and let's go. Left knee to left elbow, sorry. Okay, hovering that left foot off the floor. You can feel this one's weaker for me. Keep breathing. Body's working that little bit harder on this side. Well done, nearly there. Last 5 seconds. Try not to rest the elbow, the knee into the elbow. Just hold it slightly off and release. Whew. I should feel some good heat in there. That was a good one. Okay, 2 exercises left. 30 seconds on each side with these ones. So we're going to come to a seated position now. And in the seated position, legs are nice and long. And again, we're trying not to collapse through the back, trying to sit nice and tall, not excessively tall, but hands behind the back. And we're just going to take the feet as wide as your mat if you're on a mat, or just wider than your hips if you're not. And then what we're going to do is we're going to, with the leg nice and straight, again the squeeze is coming from the hip flexor area, hands are going to be behind the back, and we're going to squeeze the foot up off the floor, bring it back down slowly. Squeeze the foot up off the floor, bring it back down slowly. So again, the squeeze is coming right from the hip flexor area. Okay, so we're going to go 30 seconds, 1 set on each side. 3, 2, 1. We'll go whichever side first. I didn't tell you, sorry. I'm doing all right. We'll do both, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so squeeze and control. As you squeeze up, squeeze it. Just keep squeezing the muscle to control it back down. Try to keep the back nice and straight as well, so again, the abs and the back muscles are not doing any work. You can really start to feel that one already. 10 seconds. Squeeze up, back down. You'll feel a little bit of work in the thigh as well. Almost there. And time. Ooh, that was a good one. How was that for you? And to the other side. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, and let's go. So again, when we're getting those hip flexors nice and strong and healthy, the tissues are going to be more supple. They're going to be able to cope with a high demand placed upon them. So especially if you're upping your running mileage, they're going to be able to cope with that a lot better. So really important that we strengthen these hip flexors, not neglect them, because our lifestyle, like I said, sitting all day, every day, really shortens them, weakens them, and time. Oh. Okay, last one, well done. On the last exercise number 5. The same format, we're going to go 30 seconds on each side. I'm going to go down onto your back. Now this one, it can cause some lower back issues for some people. So if you get lower back pain at any point, you just make the movement, so the movement might start quite big, you just make the movement a little bit smaller. So what I mean by that is we're going to go onto your back. I'm trying to get the microphone so it doesn't come straight into my mouth and get all distorted. So from here, what we're going to do is lifting the right leg up nice and straight again. I'm going to try and bring it over my hip, or as close to as I can, with the leg relatively straight. Again, depending on your hamstring flexibility. Squeeze is coming from that hip flexor area. With this now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower it to about 75% of the way, so foot's hovering about there, and then I'm going to squeeze it back up. So again, if this starts to cause lower back issues, you just keep the movement smaller like this. So just keep the movement a lot smaller, don't go all the way down, because this is where it starts to, in this range here, for some people it can start to cause a little bit of a low back problem. So again, just make it smaller. Make sure that squeeze is coming from the hip flexor area. We're going to go 30 seconds on each side again. Okay, get ready. So we'll go right leg first. 3, 2, 1, and let's go. So we're squeezing up, controlling it about 75% of the way down if we can, if we feel okay for the low back. Head's resting on the floor. I'm going to try not to hit the microphone into my mouth. Squeezing up and then down. 10 seconds. Keep breathing. Try not to bend the knee, because the thighs will end up doing more work, so the quads will end up doing more work. We want the legs straight. We want the squeeze. And last one. And we come down. I want the squeeze coming from the hip flexors. Well done. Last one. Last 30 seconds of this hip flexor strengthening. Little mobility session. So we're going to go on to the other side. You might notice a difference, a quite obvious difference on this side. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Squeezing up, lowering back down. Again, nice, steady, not too fast. Nice, steady movement. You don't have to bring your head up, and trying to avoid, I've got the microphone in a really awkward position. I'm holding it. I'm trying to look at the time as well. 10 seconds. That's it, squeezing from that left hip flexor area. Well done, nearly there. 3, 2, 1, and release. Good work, all the way back down. So if you've enjoyed this, please give it a like and maybe a comment. It really does help, and it helps boost my channel to get more. YouTube are going to post my videos to more people. If more people are liking them, it gives me a little boost, because it makes me think that actually people are enjoying this content. So how did that hip flexor workout feel for you? So like I said, it's really important that we do a lot of hip flexor mobility work, so keeping the strength and flexibility there. So what we've done now is we've worked strength and flexibility to keep that mobility. So then you get that more for that free energy, like I mentioned. If your body is able to move better through the range of motion, and it's able to do that with strength, then you're able to just your body just moves stronger, obviously, and it'll move better through that range of motion, which then ultimately, as you come into running, your body moves better whilst running and stronger, so you will be able to run better. It's quite a simple equation, really. So thank you for watching this video. Again, please give it a like, a thumbs up, and leave a comment. I do appreciate that. I shall speak to you in the next video.